What's up, sweet, beautiful people? Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you're not new here, thank you even more for returning. Today's video is all about 3 really unhealthy habits that I have to unlearn. And there are 3 things that I really want to share with you guys because hopefully, if it's early enough in your journey, it'll stop you from making some really, really big mistakes. So I'm gonna do my best to jump right into the video, but I do have one quick announcement to make, and it's really exciting news actually, because I will be interviewing my loctician this week, and I'm gonna take all of your questions to her. So please, if you have a question for my loctician, Gloria, let me know in the comments below. It can be about anything related to locks, whether you're new on your journey or you've been locked for a really long time. Let me know if you could ask her any question in the world. What would it be? Because I want to make sure I'm asking her questions that you all actually want to know the answer to. So let me know in the comments below, and I will make sure we deliver those videos for you guys really, really soon. But thank you to everyone who's gone to visit Gloria. She tells me about every single one of you that stops by her salon, and it makes me so happy to know that y'all are actually going to see her. I mean, it means a lot to me. So thank you for supporting her, for supporting this community. We are very, very fortunate to have such amazing people around us. All right, you guys, so without further ado and without a 5-minute intro, we'll jump right in. So as you guys know, I love to hear from you all in the comments, and it means a lot. So I got a really, really, really long, amazing, wise comment about a week ago, and I'll put the screenshot here so that you guys can read it and follow along. But it really inspired today's video because one of the biggest habits that a lot of us have and a lot of us get into is manipulating our hair every day or every week. So I really want you guys to get comfortable with letting your hair grow out a little bit longer than maybe you would usually before you manipulate it so much. So for me, I've been on a lock maintenance routine since the start of my journey where I get my hair retwisted every 4 weeks. And I've gone a little bit longer. I've gone like 5 or 6 weeks at some point. And I've gone even sooner in some instances, every 3 weeks, for example. So I try not to make a habit out of that because as this wise person in our community mentioned, you want to be really careful about manipulating your hair too much. And I thought that was a really, really great point, something that I should really take time to emphasize to you all today. So try not to manipulate your hair too frequently, whether it's gonna vary from person to person. So for me, I like every 4 weeks, and I gotta be really careful about not going every 3 weeks. But my mom goes a bit longer because her hair is a little bit thinner or finer or softer. So she really doesn't want to do too much manipulation on her locks. She wants her roots to be able to grow out really thick and full before she gets her hair manicured and retwisted. My little brother, he goes like every 8 weeks now. So I'm about every 4 weeks. Mom goes every 6 weeks, and my little brother goes every 8 weeks on average, although there is some variation there. So I want to encourage you guys to be comfortable not manipulating your hair as much. There are times where I personally need my hair to be manipulated more frequently if it's a really busy month or if I have a lot of meetings or something and I want to just sort of maintain a more manicured look. So it's a personal preference, but at the same time, I want you guys to be really, really careful about how often you are manipulating your hair with styles and even washing and even retwisting. So remember, with locks, you don't have to wash every single week. You don't have to wash every single day. You can wash however often your scalp needs you to. So make sure you listen to your hair and keep your hands out of it. That means just on a day-to-day basis too, because I'm the queen at doing this throughout the day and kind of rubbing my hair, just feeling my locks because they're so fun to play with, and I'm just so happy that they're growing out so well. So Even that counts as manipulation though. So try to keep your hands out of your hair. Try to go a little bit longer between retwists to let your hair thicken up a bunch at the roots if you can. And this wonderful person in our community also mentioned that she uses a soft brush. Sometimes if her roots grow out a lot and she doesn't want to get a retwist, she'll take a really soft brush and just kind of brush back her roots so that they'll be, you know, kind of smooth to her head if she wants to make it look more manicured and a bit more professional, what we call professional here in the US sometimes. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. Less manipulation. Try to go this week or this month being mindful of that so that you will not form an unhealthy habit. The next unhealthy habit that a lot of us can form is using too many products. And that sort of goes into manipulation a little bit, because if you're gonna get a style, or if you're gonna do a retwist, or if you're gonna wash your hair, you're gonna need products a lot of the times, whether it's oil or a shampoo or a conditioner or a detox, what have you. You guys want to avoid using too many products. I know there are some anti-itch sprays out there for the scalp. I know that there are a few different types of gels, some more natural products. If you guys are gonna use products, I definitely recommend you use something that is natural, 100% almond oil, for example, or aloe vera gel or water, or, you know, something that's more on the natural side of things. I personally don't stick to that rule as much as I should, so I don't use a lot of products at all though. I mean, I really don't. I use a combination of a few different oils, natural oils, and I love that, and I use my spray bottle. So that's really the extent of my product use. Let me know in the comments below what you guys use for products, but I want you guys to be really, really mindful, because if you're using a lot of products that you don't even need, to be honest, Locs are so low maintenance at the end of the day. But if you use too many products, you guys can really contribute to lock buildup over the years and really stiff locks. And a lot of the times products can actually dry out your hair instead of replenishing some of that moisture that we lose on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. So keep that in mind. If you have to use products, stick as closely to natural products as possible, and only use a little bit. Even when I use my hair oil, I put a little bit in the palm of my hands and I rub them together, and then I go like this. Like I just kind of rub it all throughout. So I take just a little bit of oil and I put it all over my head. So I encourage you guys to do the same thing and just be mindful of that. Again, so we're not forming unhealthy habits. I'm trying to warn you guys now. I've been locked for a year and a half, just about. And if you guys can catch these mistakes early, then you will be off to a great, great journey. These are completely optional, completely opinionated, but I hope they help. I really hope they help. All right, you guys, so the last thing I want to remind you to do is not neglect your scalp. There's no way you can have healthy locks or healthy hair in general if you are neglecting your scalp. So keep that scalp clean. That's why I say you do need some type of maintenance routine. You do need to be on some type of schedule for consistency, you know, so that you can make sure you're taking care of your hair. So you want to make sure you keep your scalp clean by washing it on a regular basis, whatever that means to you. It's going to be up to you guys through trial and error to decide what works best for you and your hair. So keep that scalp clean, but also in between washes, make sure you guys are keeping that scalp nice and hydrated. So healthy hair starts at the root, and the roots come out of the scalp, right? So we want to make sure we're keeping our hair nice and healthy and our locks nice and strong at the roots. Remember, you guys, as I always say, don't scratch too much in the scalp. Even if you're washing your hair yourself and retwisting your hair, or if you just have a really itchy, bad day, make sure you guys take a little tiny fine tooth comb and spot scratch those itches. Don't go like this. I used to love doing that when I first got my locks, because I'm like, oh, I can feel my scalp. You know, I used to wear protective styles a lot. So when I stopped wearing that, it was such a relief. But also I took advantage of, you know, having access to my hair and I scratched like crazy, you guys, and broke off some of my locks at the roots. Not that the locks fell off completely, but I would get these little tiny pieces at the scalp that Gloria would have a hard time wrapping back into the lock. And she called me out one day. She was like, Lex, are you scratching your head? You know, are you scratching too rough or what? Because you've got some pieces of breakage in the back. And I was like, oh, she caught me, you know? And that was like maybe 6 or 7 months ago. So ever since then, I've been really being mindful of my scalp and keeping it hydrated, keeping it free of flakes and dandruff and dirt. You guys can also use something like a sea breeze to clean your scalp in between washes. Just put a little bit on a cotton ball or a cotton pad, and you can like pat your scalp in certain spots if they feel a bit itchy or dry or dirty. So you want to make sure you're removing that dandruff, removing some of those dead skin cells, some of those flakes, and keeping the scalp nice and clean and presentable, because healthy locks start at the roots. So please, please, please make scalp maintenance a part of your lock routine. Keep that scalp nice and clear and clean and healthy. And if you have some type of skin condition like eczema or psoriasis on your scalp, please get some medicated ointment or oil to take care of that, just so that you can enjoy an itch-free lock experience, because the itch is real for those of us with skin conditions like eczema. So keep that in mind. All right, my loves, I hope you found that very helpful, quick and easy. For those of you who don't like my really long updates leading into every video, I tried to keep it a bit more straightforward today, but I really just wanted to check in and remind you guys to pay attention to what you're doing to your hair. Be mindful of how you're treating your locks, from how frequently you manipulate them, to how many products you use and what type of products you use, to keeping that scalp clean and well manicured and well maintained and healthy. Because at the end of the day, everything is coming out of our scalps, right? Everything is coming from those roots, and we want those roots to be strong and healthy and ready to grow and thrive and flourish. So I wish you all nothing but the best, the happiest lock journey possible. I'll be traveling this week. I have a really exciting trip planned to finish out my dissertation research so that I can officially be Dr. Harris here pretty soon. So I'll be flying this weekend or in the next couple of days. And if I don't see you guys immediately when I get back, I'll see you again real soon. This time checking in with my loctician Gloria and having her answer some of your questions. So please leave questions and comments for Gloria down below, and we'll get some really cool videos pushed out here and published for you guys very, very soon. I love you guys, and in the meantime, stay safe, stay well, and say it with me, stay locked. Until next time.